We'll go ahead with questions for Dimitri. Again, if you have any questions, please drop a note in the chat. We'll start off with Jeff.
And Dimitri, I asked Micah this. Obviously, the late comeback gave you guys a chance in the final seconds, but what do you take from the first 35 minutes, especially offensively and also defensively, because they got some looks I'm sure you didn't want to give up.
Yeah, obviously we didn't start the way we wanted to. We want to obviously continue to start fast, and we didn't do that from the beginning of the game and from the jump. Like Micah said, I heard him talking about it a little bit. But, yeah, I think offensively it's just about staying calm and not being sped up a little bit. Coach mentioned that after the game, and we weren't shooting it very well in the beginning. I think that's because we were sped up and taking a little out-of-character shots, but then, again, we weren't finishing very well in the paint. And obviously they converted on the few turnovers that we had and us missing shots. And obviously with a big guy like Kofi in the middle, and then guards that can knock down shots from the corners and things like that, they spread the ball really well. So obviously starting fast is something that we're going to focus on, especially in these last two games, away games, and two highly competitive and really good teams.
Tom?
Dimitri, so many of these losses have had similar characteristics to them. You guys not shooting well, things like that. For this team to become a March team, like I know you guys want to be and make the mark in March, what do you have to do? What's got to happen here?
Yeah, I think honestly, it's just gonna come down to playing for one another is one thing, but also playing with confidence within yourself. Nobody can instill confidence in you, and I think our guys are shooting it. But maybe not with the most confidence that they have maybe in the beginning of the year, or how I see them shooting it in practice. I think that they got to translate that into the game, including myself at times. So I think that it's just a confidence thing that we got to continue to work on. And I think that even though we took an L tonight or today, I think that some of the guys are still coming away with positives, and I think that the team is coming away with some positives, and I think that's important moving forward, especially with these last two road games being tough atmospheres and tough places to play at.
Jim?
Can you kind of take us through those last 2 minutes, just what was going through your mind when you're making shot after shot after shot?
I honestly don't even know what was going through my mind. I just knew that we needed to hit some shots and make some buckets and make some plays down the stretch to be able to come back and be in the position that we were in. And it just happened to be me and find the hot hand. I credit the guys. They did a great job of screening well and getting the mismatch that I needed to be able to provide for the team. So I think for the most part, it's just about seeing that first one go through. And then from there on, it's just focusing on the next shot.
Josh?
Yeah, Mish, following up on that, I think it was 19 points in 2 minutes. I mean, at what point during that did you realize that you were going to be the person taking the shot? Is it after the first shot, or is it after you make a couple that you're like, I got to just keep the ball and go for it?
Honestly, it's after I make the first shot. When I see one go through, I know that the next one is more likely going in. So I know that I'm going to be hunting my shot for the next one after my first one goes through. But once I made two in a row, I was like, all right, it's really time to take over. It's really time to get other people involved still, but we need to stops and continue to find where I could be able to knock down shots. And the guys did a great job, and the coaches did a good job of trying to put me in positions to do that, and I was able to knock them down.
We got time for one more for Dimitri. We'll go over to Jim.
Emotionally, how do you feel right now? Because it's senior day. There's always a lot of emotions packed into that. The way this game ended, the way it started. What's going through your mind right now?
Yeah, there was a lot of ups and downs throughout that game. Obviously, we didn't start well. We brought it back in the first half. Then they kind of spread out a little bit towards the end of the first half. And then we bring it back again, and then they spread apart. So there's a lot of highs and lows, but we'll learn from it. We'll get better from it. We'll watch film tomorrow with the team and pick out individual things that we can be better at. But it's a quick turnaround, and that's one of the best things about basketball, that you got a quick turnaround and got to be ready for the next game. You can't sulk too hard, too much on one individual game, but you got to be ready for the next one. So we got to have a quick mindset of flipping this around, taking what we did really well and translating that to the next game. And I think the guys will be able to do that with a bunch of seniors.
Thanks, Dimitri.
Thank you, guys.